Hey guys, Sean, Leslie the For Dummies. It's the moment you've all been waiting for, including myself. I rebuilt my original Valken M17 with essentially every part that HomeDefence-24 sells. So HomeDefence-24 barrel, muzzle brake, detent, bolt spring, silicone bolt bumper, heat core. Am I missing something? On off. And we're gonna send some rounds into the trap and we're gonna chronograph them and see what does this all mean. This is a 683 smoothbore barrel. I'm going to start out with my usual 9.9 gram riot balls. These are 682 bore. The actual diameter of these balls is 682. So they roll very nicely down this barrel. Checking the detent, nothing came out. I'm gonna do two things here. I'm going to test again with my usual test bottle. This bottle tests at 800 when it's full, which it is right now. It's freshly filled up. It settles down around 750 PSI output after, I don't know, 10 shots. Pretty much par for the course with any bottle. And then we are going to use the bottle that Florian sent me from HomeDefence-24. This is also filled to 3000 PSI. Oh, I just realized the sticker is still on it. Look at that. Hey, one-handed. This is an 1100 PSI bottle. So I'm going to shoot these riot balls through. I have some rounds here that was also kindly sent to me from Florian at HomeDefence-24. These are 7 gram destroyers. These are all aluminum CNC projectiles. And I also have some 10.5 gram rubber coated steel balls. I don't know how well these will work. Last time I tried these are the ones that have the sort of the rubbery coating on the outside, and they do tend to stick in mag-fed markers. So last time I used those, I had some misfeeds because they were slow to feed from the magazine, but I'm gonna shoot them anyways. Enough talking, right? Let's get to it. So screw this guy in here. Come on. I have done this before. Air it up. That's not good. A ball just rolled out the end. So that would be a detent problem. So possibly that detent, the profile isn't large enough, or the silicone is probably a little too soft or slippery for these riot balls. Now, I think I'm going to swap that out before the end of this video, but before I do, I'll run some of these shape projectiles through because the softer detents do work better with shape stuff. But we'll get to that. Let's see what this thing does. Yowza! 416. 406. Oh, you know what I never even actually looked myself. So this bottle, as I said, tested 800, settles around 750. The gauge on here currently reads almost 900. These wire sprung gauges are not 100% accurate. They do give you a good baseline. So, you know, now that you have a baseline with this bottle, that's kind of the number you'll be looking for. Let me just do the calculations on that. That's like almost 80 joules, guys, on 750, 800 PSI. Whoa. $3.94. Just having to listen, because you know what? I was concerned about that, the O-ring that I didn't replace in the video, that was included in the kit, but I just ran with the factory one. And it's quiet. It is quiet. $3.94. $4.10. $4.06. $4.10. I think that was the last one. No, not even close. Well, it's hard to count and do videos at the same time. Okay. Let me just air this guy off. And I will load up these destroyer rounds before I swap that detent, because honestly, I can't have my balls dropping. My bar here is a little funky, so I gotta kind of pull it back. And there you guys go, before I load them all in there. They fit very smoothly in there. I can see it did chamber very nicely. Might be hard for you guys to see, but I can actually see the spiral fins in it, so I know the round is pointing in the right direction. Air back up. And in this case, shape projectiles generally never fell out of the M17. It was just round balls, so the detent does work with those. How do they cycle? What do they shoot? $464. Next one. Chamber just perfectly. $404. Took a little bit of a cut there. And that round got trapped. If I don't knock them down, they come flying back. See what our little pressure gauge is saying here. Reading a little lower these days. To be expected. I mean, I am shooting off the bottle. Where are we at here on the bottle pressure? Yeah, we're on 2,500. Yeah, 2,300. 466. That seems to probably be where it wants to be. And where maybe I'm seeing that drop is actually the time it's taking to recharge this chamber fully. $460. One more. Hey, they are cycling very well. That was not 286. You know, guys, I've run into this problem before with a muzzle brake very similar to this, getting an error. That was not 286. And actually, that was the last one. Okay, let's take this guy off here. We're going up. We're going way up. 1100 PSI. There we go. Just to prevent any errors in this chronograph, I'm going to remove the muzzle brake for the moment. Okay, these are the 10.5 gram Home Defense. These guys here, rubber coated steel balls. See, I'm just checking to see that they'll feed properly in here. So far, so good. All right, air it up. No ball drop that time, although I did air it kind of in the upper position. These balls are stickier than the Orion balls that I normally shoot. These guys are slick. $1,100 PSI. What does the gauge say? Gauge says like over 1,200. Just a hair over. And I know it's not, but that's what it says. $452. And yeah. I actually felt some recoil on that guy. $446. $444. $446. We got one more in there. And we got one more. Having a terrible time counting today. I don't know what that was I shot out of there. That didn't sound. Oh no. I shot the follower out of my G-Mag. Well, sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles. And that's why these M17 mags, even the G mags, can be problematic. That mag spring is done. What else did it do? It ripped the detent right out of there. So, I'm gonna have to pause the video. I'm gonna get another magazine and I'm going to change to back to the printed detent And we're gonna kind of run my riot ball test again because that one had me a little concerned about dropping balls. All right, we're back. Mag change. Unfortunately, it's still a Valken mag. 9.9 grams. I also did a detent change. So I'm gonna air the marker this time in the down position. We'll see if any balls roll out. Guys, this is a perfect example. If things can go wrong, they do go wrong. Obviously, the first time shooting this, should I have shot it more? Probably, but then you guys wouldn't get to see the comical experience that happens when you work through issues. And, well, we all love to hate the Valken mag. So let's air this thing back up. 1100 again. This same bottle, there is 1500 PSI left. No balls dropped. These are 9.9s. $458. $450. $424. And I am under 1,000 now. Whoops. I'm not going to even bother finishing that magazine for fear of losing a follower again. Okay, what are my thoughts, guys? This kit, as a whole, performed beautifully. I didn't detect any double fires, even with the 1100. Aside from the magazine issue, which is no fault of the HomeDefence-24 kit, that's it's all on Valken on that one. Everything went very well. The muzzle brake, I do believe, may have been causing fluctuations with my chronograph. Once I removed it, you saw the numbers sort of stabilized. It did drop some balls on upon airing the marker using the silicone detents. Now, it didn't drop any balls when I used the rubber coated HomeDefence-24 balls. They're sticky. It didn't drop any rounds when I used shape projectiles. It also loaded these shape projectiles. Granted, I only shot 5 and then a follower. It did shoot them no problem. So would these detents be a good choice? If you're shooting shape projectiles, maybe they are. I think I'm just gonna stick with my 3D printed one from John Wixon. It's performed flawlessly. It doesn't drop any balls. It doesn't drop any shiny balls. Now, those riot balls are slick. So take that for what it's worth. I know you guys have more questions, like, what'll it do on CO2? What about this barrel? And what about that projectile? Well, obviously I can't do it all in one video. I will say, I mean, this thing, it's darn near overkill now, really. Am I gonna run 800 PSI? Well, that remains to be seen. I'm probably not gonna run 1100, and that's a choice that you guys can make for yourselves. I'm thinking, like, depending on what happens when I try this in my other marker, and I think I'm gonna have to buy another one of these. And I said buy. To use in my other M17, but depending on the barrel and the output or the velocity that I see, I'm going to make adjustments to my bottle pressure. I mean, personally, I don't need 80 joules, 100 joules. It's not necessary. And it's a personal choice, guys, but 50, 60 is more than enough. So turning your pressure down is going to do wonderful things to the inside of your marker. And you'll just have to wait and see when those videos come. I got lots of stuff to do still. So stay tuned.